Good evening. This is Josh with SNE Weather. I just want to give you guys an update about tomorrow's little itty bitty kind of storm system. Um, this is the European computer model that was ran this afternoon. You can see here that we got some rain coming in. Looks like the Berkshire is probably at the worst. It might start off as a little snow. Comes up and just looks like northern Worcester is the only one going to get probably snow out of this, or northern Mass, should I say. Doesn't even look like there's going to be a lot of mix into the storm either. I do have always got a curiosity factor in, whether or not, maybe like some areas like right in here, could have like a couple like big flakes in with the rain, but I'm not expecting any snow whatsoever. But it's just a little thought process of mine now that I like to go through and see if that ends up happening or not. All right, so let's go a little forward in time, and gotta shut the pencil off. You can see the storm system moves out pretty quickly, and this is about. Let's see, this is probably like seven-ish in the at night, and but you can. Let's try that again. But you can see here that it is showing the possibility of some back snows coming in here. You can kind of see the same up here, and you can see, well, this shows rain for now, but you can see that, there's like these little banding areas of snow. It's possible that, and I actually think the greatest area that could see snow out of this system as it's pulling away is a line that's kind of like this. I'd say this area right here, pretty much this whole area here, has the best chance of seeing snow, any flakes flying out of the system as it pulls away. There is one other area, and that would be Block Island. That has a chance as well as Martha's Vineyard. I should have probably put that in there too. I think there's just going to be some ocean enhancement to the snow, and the models seem to agree with my thought process on this. All right, let's take a look at the 500 millibar. So here is the 500 millibar. This is the vorticity map, and this is around the same time of showing that band that was coming through the Cape Cod area, and you can see that there is some energy that's going to be in the atmosphere at that time that could actually induce some ocean effects. I'll just push this model back briefly, and you can see, it's kind of broken up and everything. Looks kind of rugged, kind of like, something like, it almost looks like a hand, So, and it looks like it's this band right here that finally starts to get organized and moves down, and you can kind of see that a little bit. You see it just really starts organizing itself and gets in there and gets down into the Cape Cod area. All right, so let's go to the see. I believe I got the other 500 millibar up, and let's take a look at that. So here's the other 500 millibar, and this right here, and this right here. 1 second. There we go. Got the marker going that time. So this trough right here is our storm system that's going to pull through, and it doesn't start amplifying until it's east of us, and you can see it strengthening, really strengthening, and then finally starts to pull away. Actually, that image there, I wouldn't be surprised off the map there. It was starting to go neutral to negative. Has that look to it. And then you can see it just pulls out. All right, let's go to, I think the next one's the GFS. All right, here's the GFS, and you can see it, same exact thing, almost same exact thing. There's one feature that I find interesting with this, and sorry about that. 1 second, I got that thing right over it. 1 second, let me adjust this screen real quick. All right, I think yeah, that's much better. All right, awesome. Yep, awesome. So one thing with the GFS that I see that's different from the Aero is, look at this. Right there, you see that little bit of green in there? That tells me it's starting to strengthen. So I haven't seen it on the models yet of this low pressure developing sooner than expected or anticipated. I think this is going to be the only model that I have seen that happen with so far. Let's move it just a little bit forward, and you can see, bam, bam. Now it's really intensifying. And I don't think I have the GFS up on the possibility of the snow on the Cape and Highlands. It's a very convective computer model, so I like to say it's what's it called? Convective feedback. So I'm wondering if this is just convective feedback on the storm system. It's a possibility, but then you see it just then pulls out, and you can see it really starts blowing up over there in Newfoundland, and Newfoundland is right here. Like, they're expecting like 2 feet of snow and hurricane force winds from this storm. So, what's interesting is that one time that was over us. That's how far these models have been off. At one time, it was us here getting hurricane force winds and a blizzard, but it ended up out here. So that's quite the difference in miles. So that's why I've been holding back on saying anything or showing any maps on storms recently. I'm waiting until I see better feedback. I wasn't really going to say much about the storm anyways, just because I was more focused on this weekend storm, because I think that it's more of a concern for us than this one actually will be. All right, let's go to the next model. All right, here we are with the HRR. This is a simulated radar of what we can expect for tomorrow. So the rate here is about midnight tonight, so pretty much an hour from now. I want to also let you know that this is also a few hours ago. They had more recent runs of this computer model. I chose this one because it goes further out in time, and I just want you guys to get a good idea of what to expect. So that's why I chose this model, the 0Z, rather than the 3Z. You can see right around about 2 o'clock in the morning, you can see that it's rain moving into the area. Here we are at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. And, rain's coming in and starting to move out. And, and for the most part, it does appear that up in this area here is where we can expect some snow. Moving it further in time, and you can, this is where it's interesting. This is about 11 o'clock in the morning. And look how ragged it looks. It looks ragged, right? Like all ragged, not impressive or anything. And then it's like, boom, right there. 11 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't look ragged. Ragged, not looking so ragged anymore. And then look at it. It almost looks like you can see how it's starting to look cyclonic. Like almost like you're starting to get a cyclonic flow into the system. Move a little further. Oh, that pencil always gets me. Look, you can see it. Like, you can see the cyclonic flow. Now you get the cyclonic flow right here, and right here. All cyclonic flow. So that is telling me that our storm is strengthening offshore to our east. Go further and look. You can see now this is showing rain for now. Alright, and this is something else you can see here. See the yellows in there? I guarantee you that's sleet. I bet you this right here, that's sleet. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Wonderful way to get out of Boston, heading to the North Shore with a little sleet pellets banging off your car. Alright, go another hour ahead and you can see it, and it just moves out. And then you can see, look at that. Now we can see our storm really starting to intensify off the coast, because look at this back edge. You got some decent snows right here. You're gonna get some, like a good little thump of snow right in there. And now I'm gonna show the HRF in a little bit, and it agrees with that possibility on the HRF. And it shows that there could be areas. Oh, I just got rid of my pencil. There we go. And it actually, what's amazing to see what the HRF shows is almost exactly what it looks like here. An area like right in here that could snow up to a half an inch an hour for a couple hours. Now, am I saying you may see an inch of snow? No. I think right now that anyone in this area could see a half an inch. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Could see a dusting. Alright. Right in this area, I would say a dusting. Coating to a dusting is possible. I would say in this area, Boston, you're a question mark. Because a lot of the models that I've seen so far have been hinting more of something like this, and just totally missing Boston, and just keeping it in this area. The NOM includes Boston. I do think the HRR is the only computer model as of right now that says this will be all of this here is going to be rain. As far as I know, that's the only model that shows that. So we move it further, and you can see our storm starts to move on out. All right, let's look at the next model. Here we are. This is the HRR again, and for accumulations, and you can see that on the front side of the storm, most of the snow is up north, and it's not much. I mean, look at this. This is like a dusting to an inch all in here. And, most of the heaviest snows is going to be up north. But watch what happens. See it? Comes right down. This is when our storm starts strengthening and comes in with that backside snow. I mean, this actually takes it a little further back than what the model was showing. But also notice this little blip right there. So it's possible. I'm not saying this will happen. It's possible we could even get it all the way back here. Problem is, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what is going to happen is that these areas here are going to get more snow because of the water that's in these areas. Move forward again. There you go. Interesting thing to note is that, it does not include Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, nor Block Island. All right, well, let's go to the next model. Here we are with the NOM, and the NOM, I'll just bring it back, and you can see it has rain moving in about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, coming through. Here we are with 6, 7 o'clock in the morning with some rain. Rolling on through, and you know what? And this one showing the same thing, bringing that snow in, and then it moves out, and that snow you see right there is ocean effect snows because of the cold air coming in place. And that right there at the edge of your screen is our next storm system for this weekend. This is Saturday at 7 a.m. I'll be getting into that tomorrow. But you can see here, whoa, come on, there we go. You can see here like this. This is bringing some snow back all the way back into here. I would say that'd be like Framingham, possibly Weston, Natick, Wellesley, Needham. Maybe even close to Hopkinton, like maybe just east of Hopkinton. So, what's that? I think that's Ashland, possibly. You know, we'll see if that happens or not. And then you can see that it just comes down right down the field. So you can see that this model run, it does include Boston, you know. And then just bring it down, it includes Nantucket. Doesn't bring Martha's Vineyard into it too much, but I think there's a chance just because of you got the ocean influence of Buzzards Bay and as well as Vineyard Sound. Not Vineyard Sound, can't think of what it's called there. The waters north of the Vineyard. And Block Island, I think you might have a shot at it too. And then, as I said, it pulls out. All right, let's take a look at the HREF. Here we are with the HREF. Oh, sorry about that box. And you can see most of this is an all snow map, so it doesn't show any rain whatsoever, just the snow. And I think if I remember right, it's on a per hour basis. And you could see, just one second, I want to double check to make sure this is per hour. Yes, this is on a per hour basis. So when you see these darker blues like you see in here, like when you see those like really dark blues right there, that's 3/4 of an inch to an inch per hour snowfall. So like when you see that green up there where you would think Mount Washington's most likely at, right there, and it looks like it might even be a dark green in there, that's like 1 to 2 inches per hour. So let's move this timestamp forward, and you can see, you know, for the most part, you know, it stays fairly light, you know, for the most part. And that's like 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch per hour. Probably going to be on the lower half than the upper half. But hey, it is something. But look at that. You see the shape of this? To me, when I see that shape, that shows me ocean influence. That's the ocean effect. Come right over, I would say that's Barnstable area, going right towards Chatham, maybe even towards Nantucket as well. Move it forward, and you can see it does go right over Nantucket, and it looks like another one forms and goes right into the Outer Cape. And to me, that's definitely ocean effect, and it just comes out and then leaves, and it's gone. So just gotta keep an eye on this system. You know, just the possibility of some snow on the backside. Now I will have a post tomorrow about this weekend storm. Do a small update on this, Then I'll do the weekend storm right after it. And then I will talk about the cold air. And I want to note one thing here, and I'll actually write it inside the post when I post this video, that sometime late next week into next weekend, there is the potential for a storm. How big remains to be seen. The models aren't too crazy about it yet, but when you see the amount of cold air that's going to come into our area, it almost breeds these kind of storm systems. So, as I said, my name is Josh. This is SME Weather. Everybody have a great night.